Hello. Before beginning, I want to say thank you to Michael Ferrand, the Oracle Forms PM, because he did this demo. And when I received this demo ready, I was like a kid seeing the gift under the Christmas tree. So today, I want to show you an integration between an Oracle Forms application and a HTML JavaScript application. So HTML JavaScript application could be, for example, a Springboot plus AngularJS application. It could be an Apex application, but for the demo, it will be a simple HTML page. You can find the documentation about this integration on internet in the Forms documentation. So now we can have a look on the architecture. I have a database, 19C, that is running on Oracle Cloud. I have a VM with Forms that is running too. I used the Oracle Forms Marketplace UC Universal Credit image. It means using this image, I got the license included. Okay. Sure, the DB and the VM are in a private subnet, and I exposed the Forms URL using a load balancer. The load balancer is here. We can see it's okay. Okay for this part. Not okay for this part because I didn't start the report server. So for Forms, it's okay. And I use a Bastion in order to do a VNC session on the Forms VM. The Forms VM. On the Forms VM, I have the Forms Builder. We could use the Forms Builder to develop application, or we could develop the application on our laptop as a developer. And the other part of the demo is a simple HTML page here. This page is very, very simple. This page is using JavaScript file coming from Forms, FRM WebSocket GSI.js, and this second file demo is just here to simplify the development and to use simple word. Okay. But with this first file, it's okay. So now I'm going to start the AV. I'm going to start the AV client of Forms. This one. And I will open the HTML application. This one. Okay, I need to explain you the architecture. In fact, you can do an integration between a Forms application and HTML JavaScript application. First integration, you can use a DB. Sure, you can write some information in the table, and you can read the information from the two applications. You can use Oracle Advanced Queuing in the DB in order to send message or messages. And then you will trap the messages from the Forms application and the HTML application. But it's a database-centric integration. Now, generally, you need to do an integration between a Forms application and an HTML application on the local laptop of the customer. Before, we were using the browser, because Forms was running in a plugin in an applet. Now it's finished. So the plugin are not supported in all the browser. It's not an Oracle decision. So we can use the Forms standalone launcher. It means the application, the Forms application, is an AV Java client. How you can have a collaboration between an heavy Java application and an HTML JavaScript application. The Oracle team decided to use a WebSocket server locally So that's why here you can see start server, it's a web server socket. And now you can imagine that we can have a context going from forms to the HTML application using this WebSocket server that is running on my laptop. I start the WebSocket server using this port. Okay, as you see here, the server is started. Sorry. I begin a session. Okay, the session is started. Now, with the HTML JavaScript application, I connect to the server. So it's ready. I am connected to the server. I begin the session with the same name. Okay. And you see here in the log of forms connected with peer. So it's okay. And I can send an event. For example, I am working on an employee in the HTML JavaScript application where the employee number is, for example, this one, send to forms. Here, you can see here that forms application received this number sent from the HTML application. Okay. And receiving here this event, you can do something like going to a block, doing an execute query, and so on, set a where clause of a block, and so on. Okay. I can do the same from forms to HTML. For example, I can say new date. I can execute a JavaScript function in the HTML application, and I can get the result. New date. Here you can see Wednesday, December 6th. It's okay. I get the result. Okay. Or I can just execute a code. For example, JavaScript alert from forms. And you see here, hello from forms. So as you see, I can send JavaScript on the HTML application. It means I can manipulate the DOM in order to change some field. Okay. Or I can execute some JavaScript function on the HTML application and receive the result. I can send event from the HTML application with value. I can got here the value because we code a custom trigger with JavaScript on the form. So I get the event and I have a code. If the event is this one, then you can do that. As you see, you can share context between the two applications. It's super powerful. It's super nice. And it's very, very, very nice to have this feature because today we have so many forms application running. And you know, this is not small forms application. This is business critical application. We do not speak about an application with just several forms. We are speaking of application with 100 or 1,000 forms. And today, generally, we need to integrate this business critical forms application with new module or with other application. And the other application and the new module generally are using HTML, JavaScript technologies today. And so this feature is super, super nice. And now you can code this integration easily like that. I hope this demo was very nice for you. It's a very, very, very nice demo. Okay. And it's very, very interesting for me to be able to do that. Okay. Thank you for your attention. Bye-bye.